This week, we're going to create the longest line. And when we create our longest line, we're going to be using geometric shapes, which you know as squares and rectangles and triangles. And then we're also going to be adding in some organic shapes. And as you can see on my page here, organic shapes tend to be ones that are a little bit more wavy. They look more organic, like food or different things that are living that you would come across, which we call organic. Now, after we've watched this video over here on the color wheel itself, which you can see spinning in the right-hand corner, in our project today, we're going to be using our warm colors like the sun and like fire, so red, orange, and yellow. We're going to be using our cool colors, our purples, blues, and greens. And then we're going to be using our complementary colors as well. And those are the colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel. So the easiest way for me to remember and to share that with you is to talk about the Bears colors, so blue and orange. In football, the Vikings are yellow and purple. And then we also know the holiday Christmas as red and green. So let's get started on our lesson for today. Here is a picture of what we are going to create today using our organic and geometric shapes and the longest line. So what you'll need is a piece of paper, a pen, or even a pencil. You could use a marker too. And then we're going to use colors after that for our shapes. So what you want to do is you're going to draw starting at the top, and you're going to go around the whole paper, and then you're going to come back. And what we're going to do, as you can watch and see me do, is create the longest line. So here I'm making my line different ways, I'm making it sharp and not sharp, and I'm going to go around close to what I did, but I'm not touching. And I'm also not lifting the pen off the paper. As you go, try to keep your lines in as close as you can to each other and keep switching it up. Try to add in some lines that have some, curves, and then others that have sharp corners like geometric shapes, and just keep playing around with it. It's okay to take a break and then just start right back up where you first began. So here you'll just see I'm slowly working across the paper, making lots of different lines. And it just makes a really fun design as the longest line. As you start getting close to where you started, you can fill in, using larger shapes with your line as much as you can too. But you're going to bring that line and connect it to right where you began. So you can see that's what I did right there. When you're done with that, you're going to see a really cool image of all of your longest line coming together with the shapes. So, unfortunately, when I was recording and doing this exercise and lesson, my video stopped recording and I don't have the other part of it. But what I wanted to start and go over is how I got to the last and final stage. And here, what I want you to do is using a pencil, I want you to draw 3 shapes. You can do 4 if you want, but 3 shapes on your paper. On the right, you'll see a variety of different other 2D shapes that you could use. You could repeat ones if you would like, but that is what I am looking for. Now that you have your shapes drawn on your paper, what I need you to do next is take out either your crayons, markers, or colored pencils that you have at your desk, and we're going to talk about our color groups that we started learning, our warm colors, our cool colors, and then complementary colors. As you can see, here's my final copy of what I created before my video. I noticed my video was no longer recording. So the first shape that we're going to fill in, we are going to use our or cool colors. Cool, brr, right? So that tends to be purple, blues, and greens. The other green I showed you is a little bit too light. And what we're going to do is you're going to fill in each of those different lines within that shape with one of the different colors. You could create a pattern or just create it as well as you feel. Then you've got 2 other shapes left. I'm going to start thinking of having my warm colors in my other shape. So the warm colors are like the sun. So you're going to have oranges, reds, and yellows. And as you can see here, I went through and you're staying inside of that shape. And you're going to use the colors to be able to fill that in. Finally, when you're done, you're going to choose a complementary color. So remember we talked about bears, because we're Chicago Bears, blue and orange. You've got the Vikings, purple and yellow. And finally, our holiday, the Christmas colors, red and green. These are complementary colors because they complement one another. So I want you to take a moment and think, which one do you think you would like to have on your paper? Once you've decided, here I chose to do the orange and the blue. You can go ahead and be able to start filling in that shape. The next step is we're going to take out a pencil. And what I recommend is you're going to very lightly, on the same side of each of your shapes, you're going to shade in a shadow. We've done a lot of different shadow work. You could have it, to make it stand out more, you're going to add the shadow a little bit further away from the shape. And this will give it a nice effect that it looks like it's coming off of your paper or that it's an object placed on top of your paper. So as always, have it a little bit darker closer to the shape and lighter as it comes away from it. And finally, we're going to add our last step of using our marker again. And this time you're going to outline over all of your shapes, just around to help clean up any of the marks that you might have missed. Remember, when you draw lines, draw them towards you, not away from you, and that way it comes nice and straight. Once you're finished, remember to take a picture and post it for me so that way I can have a copy of it for your digital art portfolio.